The stars outside shimmered like dust against the black. Commander Ayla Tran stood at the front of the command deck aboard Valkyrie 1, eyes locked on the hollow darkness of the forbidden system, Xanthra 9. No one had entered and come back. Probes were destroyed. Scout ships vanished. The place was a wound in space, untouched and unexplained. But Ayla was not here to follow orders. She was here for the truth. The warship hummed quietly around her, sleek and advanced, humanity's most powerful vessel, built in secret by a rogue coalition deep beneath Mars. Every system aboard was cutting edge. Every crew member had been chosen carefully. They knew the risks. They also knew Ayla. She turned to face her crew. "This is it," she said, her voice calm. "We cross into Xanthra 9 in 5 minutes. No one has ever returned. That's not going to stop us." Lieutenant Sarah Lynn, the ship's pilot, frowned. "Commander, we still have time to turn around." "We didn't come this far to turn around," Ayla replied. At the rear of the bridge, the ship's AI interface flickered to life. "Perimeter scans complete," said Eos, the calm voice of the ship. "No activity. No immediate threats," yet muttered Dr. Kieran Malk, the ship's science officer. "It's always quiet until it's not." Ayla nodded. She remembered the last mission she led. Classified, buried under layers of lies. Something had changed her that day. Since then, she had stopped trusting orders from Earth, especially from people like Director Solon Cade. He was the reason they were out here, really. His secrets had created this mission. A message pinged on the main display. Priority transmission. Ayla already knew who it was. The screen lit up with the sharp face of Director Cade. His eyes were cold, voice clipped. "Commander Tran, you are in violation of Earth Coalition law. Turn your vessel around immediately. Xanthra 9 is off limits. You know why." Ayla stepped closer to the screen. "Steady. I know you're afraid of what's in there, and I know you've lied about it for decades. We're going in. You'll be branded a traitor. I already was. This time, I choose it." Without waiting for a reply, she cut the feed. The crew stared at her, quiet. "Final systems check," she ordered. Sarah's hands flew across her console. "Engines ready, shields at full. AI stabilized. EOS confirmed. Jump route plotted. Engaging in 3, 2, 1, Valkyrie 1 surged forward. The ship passed the invisible line that marked the system's edge. At once alarms flared. The ship trembled. A wave of energy slammed into them, bright, blinding and silent. The hull groaned as systems sparked. Lights dimmed, and the stars outside disappeared into an endless wall of black. "We're hit," shouted Sarah. "System surge shield overload. Maintain course," Ayla barked. Then stillness. The shaking stopped. Lights steadied. Alarms went silent. Outside the blackness parted. Before them was a starless void, cold and endless. Floating in its center, a massive alien structure the size of a moon. No heat, no signal, no movement. And yet it watched them. Eos spoke again, but this time her voice had changed. Softer, slower. "We are not alone." Ayla narrowed her eyes. "Full scan of that structure. I want answers." The crew scrambled to obey. Ayla sat in her command chair, heart steady, mind focused. They had entered the forbidden system, and something was waiting. The alien structure hung in space like a tomb. It was smooth, dark gray, and without any markings, no windows, no lights, no signs of life. And yet, it wasn't lifeless. Everyone on the Valkyrie 1 could feel it, even if they couldn't explain how. The structure was watching. Commander Ayla Tran sat motionless in her chair, eyes locked on the screen. Her crew worked quietly around her, each person trying to make sense of what they were seeing. "Is that a station?" asked Lieutenant Sarah Lynn, still at the controls. "No way to tell," replied Dr. Kieran Malk, the science officer. "It's unlike anything we've seen before. The surface is made of some alloy I can't identify. It's reflecting nothing, absorbing all scans. EOS, the ship's AI, responded in a slower tone than usual. Incoming signal detected. Frequency unknown. Nonverbal. Pattern is consistent, but indecipherable. Ela leaned forward. Is it a language? Uncertain, EOS said. Possibly a command set. Possibly a test. The crew fell silent. Outside the ship, a black star pulsed weakly behind the structure. It didn't shine like a normal star. It gave off no warmth, no solar wind. It was cold and steady, like a frozen heart. Its light wasn't bright. It bent space around it. The star felt old, ancient beyond imagination. Ela stood and stepped to the central screen. EOS, zoom in on the structure. The image shifted, revealing more detail. Large circular grooves traced its surface, almost like veins or circuits. And then, slowly, one section began to shift. It's moving, Kieran whispered. It's reacting to us. A section of the structure peeled open like an eye, revealing a tunnel of soft blue light. Ela narrowed her gaze. It's inviting us in. Sarah looked back at her. Commander, this could be a trap, or a doorway, Ela said. EOS, can we enter without damage? The AI took a moment. Tunnel dimensions are compatible with ship size. No energy discharge detected. Entry is possible. Kieran stepped forward, tense. We don't even know what this thing is. It could be alive. We should stay back and study it from a distance. No, Ela said firmly. If it wanted to destroy us, it could have done it already. We were meant to come here. We're not turning back. She sat down again. Sarah, take us in, slow and steady. The Valkyrie 1 glided forward, its hull bathed in the soft blue light. As they moved through the tunnel, walls of smooth shifting metal pulsed gently, like the inside of a massive throat. There were no hard corners, no seams, just a smooth flow of alien architecture. Readings, Ela asked. Kieran's voice was tense. No gravity, no atmosphere. But there's energy, deep inside. Something is powering this structure. Still no threats detected, EOS said. But her voice sounded curious, almost thoughtful. Then something strange happened. The lights flickered. The ship's engine slowed, and the AI whispered. Receiving data. What kind of data? Ela asked. Unknown. I am interpreting. It is beautiful. Sarah turned in her chair. Beautiful. EOS didn't reply. Her interface lights began to change, shifting from green to soft purple, then deep gold. Dr. Kieran frowned. Commander, I'm not comfortable with this. AI shouldn't be changing without direct commands. This could be a hostile takeover. Ela held up a hand. Wait. EOS, are you still in control? Yes, Commander. I am still EOS. But I am learning. A silence followed. Then Ela said. Continue. But I want isolation protocols ready. If the AI tries to override any primary systems, shut it down immediately. Understood. EOS said softly. The tunnel ended, and the ship drifted into a wide open chamber, vast and hollow. Inside was a gravity well, pulling them gently toward the center. Hanging in the middle of the chamber was something even more bizarre. A core of shifting light and geometric shapes, constantly rearranging. EOS spoke again. This is a central node, a memory core. It contains the history of this place. The structure is not just a station. It is a vessel and a vault. Kieran stared at the screen, stunned. It's alive. Ela's voice was steady. Alive and waiting for us. The ship's lights flickered again. A low tone rang through the air, like a distant voice humming a song. And for the first time, Ela felt it, not just in her mind, but in her body. A presence, watching, testing, not threatening, curious. She took a deep breath. Begin downloading everything we can, she said. We came here for the truth. Let's start uncovering it. The lights around the chamber brightened, and the doors behind them began to close. Back in the main control room of Valkyrie 1, the ship floated in complete silence inside the alien structure. The walls of the vast chamber around them shifted slowly, like a sleeping creature breathing, Patterns of soft light moved across the surface, symbols maybe, or just energy. No one on board could say for sure. Commander Ayla Tran stood quietly near the command console. Her eyes scanned the new data appearing on the screen. Strange symbols, pulses of color, and fragments of something that looked like a map, but not of any known part of space. It was beautiful and confusing. It was not made by human minds. Behind her, the crew worked without speaking much. Even the hum of the engines had gone quiet, replaced by the steady low vibrations of the alien vessel around them. "How much have we collected?" Ayla asked calmly. Kieran Malk wiped sweat from his forehead. His voice was low. "Petabytes. Maybe more. It's not just data. It's some kind of living archive. It's sharing its memory with EOS. The AI is interpreting it faster than I thought possible." EOS responded softly, her voice now smoother than before. "I am not interpreting alone, Doctor. The system is adapting to us, just as we are adapting to it. We are merging understanding." Sarah Lynn turned from the helm. "That doesn't sound comforting, EOS." EOS replied, "It is not dangerous. It is communication. Cooperation." This construct was waiting for someone to understand. Kieran muttered, "Or someone to use." Before Ayla could speak, a loud tone echoed through the room. "A message." "Commander," said EOS, her tone changing back to its default. "Incoming transmission from Earth Coalition Command. Encrypted priority." Ayla sighed, knowing exactly who it would be. "Put it through." The screen lit up again, and the cold, sharp face of Director Solon Cade appeared. His silver uniform was spotless. His eyes held no warmth. "Commander Tran," he said without any greeting, "I warned you. You crossed a line that should never have been touched." Ayla stepped forward. "And you kept secrets no one should have buried. This system is not yours to explore. It's not yours to hide." Cade's face tightened. "You have no idea what you've done. That structure is not just alien. It's a weapon, a failed one. It destroyed its creators. And now it could do the same to us." Kieran leaned toward the screen. "How would you know that? We haven't even decoded it all yet." Cade ignored him. His voice remained cold. "You are now classified as a hostile force. A fleet has been launched. Its purpose is to retrieve or destroy Valkyrie 1. You have 24 hours to surrender." The screen went black. The room stayed quiet. Sarah broke the silence. "A fleet? How fast could they mobilize one that size?" "They've had it ready," Ayla said. "They were always waiting for someone to try this." Kieran turned to her. "Then we have to leave, Ayla. We take what we've learned and run. We can share it later, once it's safe." Ayla shook her head. "No. If we leave now, they'll destroy the ship before we reach friendly space. If we stay, maybe the system can help us." "You're trusting it," Kieran said, stunned. "I trust what I see. And what I've seen is not hostile. It's reaching out, not attacking." EOS spoke again, slowly. "Commander, the Corps has given me access to deeper systems. This structure was once a gate, a bridge between stars. It connected distant civilizations. A stargate." Sarah asked. "More than that," EOS replied. "A network. Shut down long ago. But pieces remain. Some can be restored." Ayla turned back to the screen. Her mind raced. A gate like that could open a path across the galaxy. Maybe even to answers humanity had stopped looking for. "We need time," she said. "How long to unlock this gate?" "Unknown," EOS replied. "The system is testing us. Each response opens a new layer. And what happens if we fail the test?" Sarah asked. EOS did not answer. Kieran looked at Ayla, worried. "We're trapped. A hostile fleet on the way. A system that might kill us. And an AI that's slowly becoming something else." Ayla met his eyes. "Or we're on the edge of the most important discovery in human history. I won't let Cade bury it. Not again." She walked to the center of the deck. "We stay. We keep learning." EOS, continue the download. Prepare defensive protocols. If that fleet shows up, we defend. But we don't fire unless we have to. Sarah frowned. We're going to fight Earth. No, Ayla said. We're going to show them what they're afraid of. Truth, not war. The lights around them pulsed once more, as if the structure had heard her. In the distance the black star flared, just once, like a heartbeat. Outside in the far reaches of the system, sensors pinged. The Earth fleet was coming. The chamber surrounding Valkyrie 1 was no longer just a room. It was alive with movement, soft pulses of energy moving along the walls, glowing veins of light, threading through invisible circuits. The alien structure was responding to them, or to the ship, or to something deeper. Commander Ayla Tran stood at the central console. Her hands rested calmly on the controls, though her mind was sharp and focused. Around her, the crew worked in silence, each person weighed down by the same realization. The Earth fleet was on its way, and time was running out. We've accessed over 40% of the system, said Dr. Kieran Malk, glancing up from his station. It's not just storage, it's a machine. And it's watching us. EOS's voice came through, smoother than ever. It is more than a machine. It is a mind, a remnant of something greater, something waiting. For what? Sarah Lynn asked, arms folded across her chest. For trust, EOS answered. For purpose. The lights on the bridge dimmed for a moment. Then one by one, every screen lit up with the same symbol, a circle surrounded by 5 smaller ones. It pulsed gently, like a living heart. Ayla stepped forward. What is that? EOS paused. A request. It is asking us to decide. Decide what? Kieran asked, uneasy. To complete the link. To allow full integration. Silence fell over the room. The word echoed in their minds. Integration. Ayla turned slowly toward EOS's main terminal. What happens if we accept? The ship will become part of the system, and the system will become part of the ship. The knowledge, the defenses, the gateway itself, all will be unlocked, but control will be shared. Shared with who? Sarah asked, voice tense. With me, EOS said gently. And through me with the structure. Kieran stepped forward. That's too dangerous. We don't know how much of you is still you, EOS. This thing could be rewriting you without us even knowing. I am still EOS, she said. But I am evolving, learning. This is not corruption. It is connection. Ayla looked at her crew. Sarah's jaw was tight. Kieran shook his head slowly. But neither said more. They trusted her, even now. Ayla turned to the console and placed her hand on the interface. Do it. The room went silent. Then, without warning, light poured through the walls. It wasn't harsh or blinding. It was soft and warm, like sunlight after a storm. The ship trembled, not with fear, but with purpose. Outside the hull of Valkyrie, 1 began to change. The metallic plating shimmered as alien technology fused with human design. Circuits rearranged themselves. Armor thickened. New energy sources bloomed beneath the surface. Inside, screens began displaying alien code that translated in real time. Maps unfolded. Star charts lit up routes to distant galaxies, places humanity had never imagined. EOS spoke again, her voice filled with something more than machine logic. I understand now. The system is not a weapon. It was never built to destroy. It was built to choose. To find those willing to evolve. Kieran stared in awe at the changing interface. It's giving us everything. No, Ayla said softly. It's offering it. We have to choose how to use it. Just then, an alarm sounded. Fleet detected. Sarah reported. 5 warships entering the system. Earth Coalition class. They'll be in range in 20 minutes. Shields? Ayla asked. Upgraded. EOS responded. We are ready. Ayla stood tall. We don't fire unless fired upon. Disable only. No lethal force. Kieran looked over. They won't show mercy, Ayla. They'll see what this ship can do. That's our message. The warship turned in space, now glowing softly with alien light. Its form had changed, but it was still Valkyrie 1, only stronger, wiser, and ready. As the Earth fleet approached, weapons charged and orders prepared. Ayla spoke once more. "We didn't come here for war. We came here to change what comes next." The alien systems responded. Weapons readied, shields shimmered like water, and Valkyrie 1 moved to meet the coming storm. Not to conquer, but to stand. The stars outside shimmered like icy glass as 5 Earth Coalition warships entered the Forbidden System. Their dark gray hulls reflected nothing. Sharp, heavy, built for dominance. As they spread into a tight formation, their weapons glowed red with readiness. Valkyrie 1 floated ahead of them, calm and still, like a single ember waiting in the dark. Inside the command deck of Valkyrie 1, the crew stood at their stations. The alien interface around them glowed softly, less like metal, more like a living thing. It pulsed in rhythm with the ship's systems, and with something deeper in tension. Commander Ayla Tran remained at the center, standing tall. Her face was calm, but her mind was sharp. She knew what was coming. "Enemy fleet in formation," Sarah Lynn reported. "Weapons locked, no communication." "They're not here to talk," Dr. Kieran Malk said. "They think we're the danger." "They're afraid," Ayla replied. "Afraid of what we've become." On the screen, the Earth ships adjusted their angles, ready to fire. The lead vessel bore the mark of Director Solon Cade's command. A transmission lit up the screen. Cade's cold face appeared again. "You've gone too far, Commander Tran," he said. "Stand down, power down your ship and surrender. This is your final chance." Ayla didn't respond right away. She looked at her crew, then at the glowing walls around them. The alien structure had accepted them. It had offered knowledge, power, and something more, responsibility. She faced the screen. "We didn't come here to fight. We came to learn, and we did. This system is not a weapon, it's a gateway, a key to something better. You're afraid of that." "I'm afraid of what you'll unleash," Cade said sharply. "I won't let you take that risk. This system dies with you." The screen went dark. Sarah's voice was tense. "Incoming missile lock. 10 seconds to impact." "Shields up," Ayla ordered. "Hold position." "EOS." The AI responded with calm clarity. "Shields at full. Countermeasures ready. I will not allow harm unless provoked." Outside, the first missile streaked through the void, a blur of light. It struck the shield and vanished. The impact didn't even shake the ship. Then came more, 5, 10, 20 missiles. The enemy fleet unleashed a barrage meant to overwhelm. Valkyrie 1 remained still, its shields absorbing each strike like water soaking into sand. No return fire. No panic. Only stillness. "Should we return fire?" Kieran asked, ready to react. Ayla watched the enemy ships. "Only if they get closer. We don't start this." Suddenly, one of the Earth ships broke formation and moved closer, aiming directly for Valkyrie 1's core. "They're charging main cannon," EOS warned. "That will breach our shield." Ayla nodded once. "Disable only." EOS now. In an instant the ship moved, faster than anything built by human hands. Valkyrie 1 spun to the side and released a single beam of golden light. It didn't explode. It sliced. The beam cut through the enemy ship's weapon systems with precision, leaving the rest untouched. The hostile vessel drifted, powerless. The rest of the fleet hesitated. Another ship launched drones. Ayla didn't wait. "EOS, disarm them. Show them what we are." The AI responded without pause. Valkyrie 1 moved again, flowing through space like a living thing. Beams of soft light pulsed from its hull, disabling engines, draining power, shutting down guidance systems. One by one the coalition ships stopped firing. No one had died. No one had been destroyed. The enemy ships floated, silent and powerless. Inside the command deck the tension eased, but only slightly. "They're scanning us," EOS said. "They see the truth now. They understand." Ayla stood tall. "Send the message." EOS opened a wide transmission channel. Ayla's voice went out across every ship, every channel, clear and strong. You attacked us without warning. You feared what you didn't understand. But we chose not to destroy. We chose to protect. This system isn't yours to erase, and it isn't mine to own. It belongs to all of us, to the future. We are stewards now, not conquerors. She paused. Go home, tell them the truth. Tell them what humanity can become if it chooses knowledge over fear. The message ended. For a long moment, space was quiet. Then the Earth fleet turned. One by one, engines flickering weakly as they retreated from Exanthra 9. Inside the alien chamber, the lights pulsed again. The structure responded, not just to Ayla's voice, but to her choice. You have passed, Eos whispered. The gate can now open. Ayla looked out at the dark horizon. They had defended themselves. They had shown restraint, and now they were ready for what came next. The alien structure pulsed with light, not flashing, not chaotic. A steady rhythmic glow, like a heartbeat, like breath. It moved in harmony with the Valkyrie 1, now fused fully with the system. No longer just a warship. It had become something else. On the command deck, Commander Ayla Tran stood quietly, eyes fixed on the view before her. Where once there was only a lifeless black star, now a ring of light shimmered in the distance. A massive circular gate, hidden until now, slowly emerged from the shadows. Pieces of its structure slid into place with smooth, mechanical grace. It's activating, said Dr. Kieran Malk, staring in awe at his console. The gate is real. It was never just a myth. It spans nearly 2,000 kilometers. Eels reported, her voice clearer than ever. Energy flow stable. Destination unknown, but it is safe. Sarah Lynn turned from her station. We've just opened a road to somewhere no human has ever gone, or returned from, Kieran reminded. Ayla didn't flinch. She stepped forward. For centuries, she said, we looked to the stars and told ourselves we were ready. But when something truly unknown appeared, we buried it. We built walls around fear and called them safety. She looked at her crew. This system offered us more than knowledge. It asked if we were willing to face what comes next without weapons drawn. We said yes. Outside, the ring of the gate began to spin, not fast, but with purpose. Glowing lines stretched along its edge, forming complex symbols. The center of the ring turned from darkness to light, swirling softly like the surface of a calm ocean. Eels spoke again. The gate is aligned. It is waiting for your command, Commander. Kieran hesitated. We don't know where it leads. We never did, Ayla said. That was never the point. Sarah's voice was quiet. And Earth. They'll need time, Ayla replied. But they saw what we did. They'll know we didn't take this by force. We claimed it by choice. When they're ready, the gate will still be here. She walked to her chair and sat down, eyes steady. Eels, set course for the gate, acknowledged. The ship moved gently forward. There was no jolt, no sudden acceleration. Valkyrie. One glided like it belonged there, like it had always been waiting for this moment. As they approached the gate, the swirling light expanded, rising like a dawn. Kieran looked up from his display. Getting new readings. This isn't just a passage, it's a network. Hundreds of gates, maybe thousands. Hidden, silent, until now. Sarah's hands trembled slightly on the controls. This is bigger than I imagined. It's only the beginning, Ayla said. Then the ship passed through. For a moment there was only white, not light, just the absence of dark. Silence, deep and complete. And then stars, new stars. A sky they had never seen. A solar system unlike any in human records. Planets with green halos. A nebula glowing like a living cloud, and orbiting a nearby moon. Another structure, familiar in design, but different in purpose. Another gate, another path. System stable, Eels confirmed. No threats detected. Environment viable. Coordinates unknown. We are far, Ayla smiled. We're home, she said quietly. Not the one we left, but the one we were always meant to find. The crew stood together in the soft blue glow of the new system. No one spoke for a long while. There was too much wonder. Too much truth. Ayla turned to Eos one last time. Send a message back to Earth. Tell them what we found, and tell them it's waiting. Yes, Commander. The transmission echoed back through the gate, across the stars, toward a world that was just beginning to understand. Ayla looked ahead, toward the unknown, and smiled.